Now, the government, through the National Treasury, has announced the listing of the Kenya Pipeline Company initial public offering at the Nairobi Securities Exchange in an effort to raise funds for the National Infrastructure Fund. Now, the move marks one of the largest IPOs in the country for nearly 2 decades. Jimmy Mbogo has more.
Push and pull, the National Treasury has followed through on its commitment to broaden ownership of the Kenya Pipeline Company through privatization. Treasury has issued an initial public offer in the company, setting the stage for investors to buy into what has been described as a strategic national asset. The offer period has been extended from the usual 10 days to nearly a month, giving investors more time to participate before the shares begin trading on the equity markets.
I am saying the government must reduce our presence or active participation in commercial activities, in doing business. The government is not in the business of doing business. Some people are saying, why are we selling a jewel? We are not, these companies, these assets are not supposed to be kept like souvenirs.
The proposed IPO for the Kenya Pipeline Company presents not just a break from the lack of IPOs that we've had, but it's also a huge opportunity for ordinary Kenyans to own a stake in a successful, profitable, dividend-paying Kenyan company.
The IPO, coming hot on the heels of yet another government divestiture in Safaricom, is expected to raise more than 106.3 billion shillings. This will be achieved through the sale of 11.8 billion shares at an offer price of 9 shillings each, giving investors a 65% stake in the company. Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi says that despite the privatization, nearly 74% of KPC will remain locally owned, either directly or through pension funds or via government's retention of 35% stake in the company, ensuring that KPC remains a Kenyan entity.
And out of that 65%, as a percentage of it, the staff of the company will have 5% of the ownership offered to them. The oil marketing companies, 15%. The local retail investors, 20%. The local institutional investors, like pension funds and others, insurance companies, are offered 20%. The local retail investors is you and I, individual people. East African investors, because we are in a region, we must think and remember our neighbors, 20%. And finally, foreign investors will have 20%.
Capital market players have also described the IPO as a defining moment for the market.
The bull run that began 2 years ago, we are charging on in the new year, and investor confidence is at its highest level that we have seen. And this offering is not in isolation. It is being introduced at a time when the market has regained momentum, depth and investor confidence. And Buenos Aires, we have a few private IPOs coming to market in the course of this year.
The Kenya Pipeline Company initial public offer is officially open. What this means for Kenyans is for as little as 900 shillings, you can own a piece of the Kenya Pipeline Company. The minimum shares that you will be required to own is about 100 shares, which currently go for as little as 9 shillings per share. Jimmy Mbogo, Citizen TV, Nairobi.